CCNC presents the Siskins London Shares 2021 COVID Recovery Concert YouTube premiere. We hope to share the resilient stories of how Londoners ride out the pandemic and showcase our talents in the community. We have to thank our title sponsor, Siskins, the law firm, and other contributors to make this event possible. We are lucky to have the food bank as our partner. All donations can be made directly to the food bank by scanning the QR code. Stay tuned for the talents of our volunteer entertainers and the resilient stories of our community. Enjoy.
Hello， 大家好，我是 ANG 后，谢谢大家收看我们2021伦敦同舟共济演唱会。我们今天晚上的主题是坚韧、多元和包容。今天晚上呢，我们的节目很丰富，有唱歌啊、跳舞啊，还有古典音乐等等。但是呢，我不讲你们也不知道，这些表演的人士他们都不是艺人来的哦，但是他们的水平都是超一般的。我们很想接着今次的机会，跟大家分享一下我们在伦敦疫情底下的一些经历，还有想要感谢我们一般商界们的朋友一直以来的支持，还有感谢我们前线医护人员一直尽心尽力的照顾有需要的人士。在疫情的底下，最受影响的肯定是饮食界了。那希望在疫情慢慢好起来的时候，我们的生活也可以慢慢恢复正常。Hello， 大家好啊，我係 ANG 號，多謝大家收睇我哋2021倫敦同舟共濟演唱會。今晚我哋嘅主題係堅忍、多元化、包容。咁我哋今晚嘅節目好豐富㗎，又有唱歌啦，又跳舞啦，咁亦都有古典音樂等等嘅。唔講你哋都唔知啊！呢班表演嘅人呢，佢哋唔係藝人嚟㗎，但係佢哋嘅水平都係超一般㗎。咁我哋亦都係想希望藉住今次嘅機會啦，同大家分享一下我哋倫敦喺疫情底下嘅經歷嘅。咁亦都係想多謝一班商界嘅朋友一直以嚟嘅支持啦，亦都係想多謝我哋前線嘅醫護人員一直盡心盡力咁樣照顧有需要嘅人嘅。咁記住 like 埋我哋嘅 video， 同埋撳一撳下邊嘅鈴鈴，咁就可以訂閱埋我哋免費嘅頻道啦。
Hello everyone, my name is Lina Lee. I am the music director at London CCNC Choir. I am thrilled to be part of this fundraising concert. Please enjoy today's music program and remember to support us. London Cares, London Shares, 2021 Summer Concert. Thank you.
CCNC, or Chinese Canadian National Council, is a national body with a headquarters in Toronto. There are many local chapters from coast to coast, like Victoria, BC, to St. John's, Newfoundland. CCNC was formed in 1981. In London, our chapter is celebrating the 40th anniversary this year. The mission or objectives of CCNC London chapter is 1. To promote the rights of individuals, in particular those of Chinese Canadian. And number 2, to encourage the full and equal participation in Canadian society. And number 3, to promote understanding and cooperation between Chinese Canadians and all other ethnic, cultural, and racial groups. And number 4, to encourage and develop in persons of Chinese descent a desire to know and respect their historical and cultural heritage. And number 5, to educate them in adapting a creative and positive attitude towards the Chinese Canadian contribution to society. CCNC London chapter is run by a group of volunteers with passion and dedication. We have a permanent location on 1701 Trafalgar Street, named London Chinese Cultural Center. Over the years, we have enjoyed and participated in large local events such as Cavalcade, Panorama, Chinese Cultural Festivals, London Dragon Boat Festivals, ESL, or English as a Secondary Language, Tai Chi, Chinese painting, cooking classes, and Dragon Gala. We've also been very active and successful in fundraising for various charities such as Heart and Stroke Society, Diabetes Association, Alzheimer's Association, Women's Shelter, etc. In the past, we fundraised for special occurrences such as the Chinese earthquake in 2008 and fundraised for Patrick Chan's figure skate training towards his goal in World and Olympic competition. This year, we'll be fundraising for the London Food Bank. We hope to continue our efforts to benefit society, and we sincerely welcome everybody to join our organization. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to CCNC's London Cares, London Shares summer concert event in support of the London Food Bank. My name is Vivian Iron, and I'm on the board of directors for CCNC, and I'm also a business law lawyer at Siskins. Thank you so much for all of your continued support of our annual and seasonal events. We are certainly looking forward to seeing all of you live and in person in 2022. For tonight, I hope you enjoy the performances that CCNC has organized. And please know that your participation is essential to our ability to provide funding for the London Food Bank. On behalf of Siskins, I would like to thank the Council for their leadership in promoting diversity and inclusion in our community. The work of CCNC is a true inspiration to the businesses and residents of London and our surrounding areas, and it really does emphasize and reiterate the work of others further afield, even around the globe. Siskins shares the vision of an equitable society, and we are extremely pleased to be supporting this noteworthy event as a title sponsor. Once again, thank you and enjoy the evening.
舊愛消失風雨間，萬里阻隔再會難。款曲風記柔情淚滿眼，低聲嘆夕影單。自願當初空作間，夜半怎冷睡夢殘。惋惜春去柔情淚滿眼，空相見已恨晚。人生悲歡，世間滄桑感慨有千萬。如今追憶昔日歡聚，緣何別一旦夢散煙消因愛感，舊煙不會再復還。每當佳節柔情淚滿眼，痴心永遠莫還。人生悲歡，世間滄桑感慨有千萬。如今追憶昔日歡聚，緣何別一旦夢散煙消因愛感，舊煙不會再復還。每當佳節柔情淚滿眼，痴心永遠莫還。每當佳節柔情淚滿眼，痴心永遠莫還。
The time-honored Chinese saying, for a good emperor, the people are everything, and for the people, food is prime, means feeding the people is priority number one for the ruler. The Chinese equation of a well-fed community brings peace, order and good government is not too far apart from the spirit of Canada's first constitution, the British North America Act. For many in London, having enough food to feed the family is sometimes a challenge, especially during the pandemic. The London Food Bank fills the void on the dinner table for more than 10,000 families each year. To put it into perspective, almost 1 in 20 households in London had used the food bank in the last year, and more than 3,200 households use the food bank monthly. London's Chinese community partners with the food bank in several ways. Among those, Asian specialty grocers, such as the United Supermarket, donate surpluses to the London Food Bank regularly. Last year, United gave groceries worth more than $30,000 to the food bank, and so far this year, the number has already breached $20,000. Through the London Shares 2021 online concert, 100% of the money raised goes to the food bank, with no deductions for production, talent fees, and administrative costs. The London Food Bank CCNC Greenhouse is a long-term project, with the food bank erecting a greenhouse at CCNC's Chinese Cultural Center. CCNC provides the land, and its volunteers will work on the gardening. We hope this greenhouse, which is one of several bestowed by the food bank in London, will produce some variety of Chinese vegetables, enriching the choices of fresh produce available at the food bank. Each year, the London Food Bank distributes more than 1,200 metric tons, or almost 3 million pounds of food. Some of the food is distributed through 25 plus agencies, including those that serve hot meals. You must have seen collection bins in the community, and many of us assume that donated food must be non-perishable. The truth is, more than 54% of the food handled by the food bank are perishable goods, including fresh and frozen produce, fruits, vegetables, dairies, eggs, bread, and meat. Most of these perishable food items are collected from local farms and grocery stores. Chinese Canadian grocers, such as the United Supermarket, donate surplus food to the food bank regularly.
We started working with the London Food Bank last year, right before the Lunar New Year. At that time, we never think about that this COVID, this pandemic thing will be so serious. So we just say that we work with the London Food Bank because every week we have a lot of food waste, vegetable, fruits, daily products, grocery item. We actually, before we just doing the garbage, we never think about that there's any way that we can use that to benefit people. And then we realized that actually we can work with the food bank, so we can communicate with London Food Bank. We do the donation every week. So last year, the item we total donate is more, I think the value of the item we donate to the food bank last year is more than $30,000. And this year, right now, it's already $20,000 for this whole 2021.
Yeah, I'm Glenn Pearson, co-director of the London Food Bank. Behind me here, you can see our big greenhouse that's been up and running for a year. We've got 15 more of them now spread throughout the community, and we're really looking forward to sharing in a project with the Chinese community here in London, and you'll hear more about that through the evening. What you have done for us has meant so much. You've supported us over the years. Your businesses have supported us over the years. And the London Food Bank has been transformed because of COVID. We're now helping so many more agencies, so many more people. It's really important that the partnerships that we have are vital. And that's what we've already had with the Chinese community. So this isn't something we have to jumpstart or try to build from scratch. This is something that's been a partnership that's already been happening. Thank you for your support of the concert that's coming up. Thank you for your ongoing donations to the food bank. And you and us as a food bank, we got a lot of future to do together as we build this greenhouse. Thanks everybody for all your help.
Get your hands dirty and make London green and nourished. Join us in building the Chinese community greenhouse to grow food for the food bank and our friends. We need you to grow our community.
係對我哋有啲影響嘅。再影響我咧就唔係好大，因為好彩啦，冇咩發生，公司冇發生到疫情嘅，冇任何人。因為一開始我哋咧一先咧，我哋呢個都要戴口罩，公司供應嘅。一入廠咧就量體温，so far到而家嚟講咧都好彩，個個戴口罩。我講俾聽，唔係法律規定啲戴口罩，我哋有個別人咧剔吞嚟個 lay off， 唔係所有 lay off， 少部分剔吞 lay off。因為嗰啲機咧，我哋買機咧差唔多成年㗎啦。個疫情咧係喺嗰啲人咧，嗰啲供應商咧唔能夠派啲人嚟加拿大安裝，所以咧就嗰啲機咧擺喺度停啦，未有得安裝。啲零部件而家嚟講咧，大概都嚟齊㗎啦，影響都唔係好大。目前嚟講咧，我知道咧喺華人社區嚟講咧，即係 catch 咗個 COVID-19 係好少嘅。
Thank you for having me today. My name is Grace Low. I'm music director for CCNC Ensemble. Our band established in 2014, and right now we have 7 members, and of course we welcome more people to join us. We have 中胡, 笛子, 二胡, and some percussion as well. And it's our pleasure for our band to participate in this fundraising event. I hope everyone stays safe in the reopening. Thanks.
The pandemic has at various times had more impact than others. And we've certainly adjusted and modified our business model significantly to take advantage of what opportunities are there. I think it's more had a social impact on our employees and their families more than it has on the day-to-day operation. We've been very fortunate. I'm glad I'm not in the hospitality or the restaurant industry. I mean, those poor guys have been decimated. We've been very lucky. Okay. But it's had a significant impact on the people. It's been stressful. We've been a little more fortunate than, again, some manufacturers because Lexus hasn't had the disruption in new car manufacturing that other. There is a shorter supply, but I wouldn't say that Lexus is experiencing a shortage per se. Okay. We can still manage to provide a new car to a consumer in a reasonable period of time. Okay. The Asian Canadian segment of our customer base, a lot of the students, international students, have returned home, and we're looking forward to having them back. They're a critical piece of our business model. They support our business, and we have noticed they're conspicuous by their absence for sure in many ways. We've been long involved with many of the local student associations, and we've done a lot to support them, and they in turn have done a lot to support us. They've been very loyal customers. Very good.